Yeah, just do that.
All right. So everyone, thank you for your patience. We have actually completed jury selection in another case. My understanding is there may be some cases that will be completed. Just give me a moment, everyone.
He could hear you.
Huh?
He could hear you.
So the mark
Okay. My understanding is there is some paperwork that is ready, or you all have completed paperwork. Roland Garcia.
That is correct. That is correct, Your Honor. It's a matter of going to a breakout room so I can go over the paperwork with my client, Mr.
All right.
DeHoyos.
Just give me one moment. Everyone, I'm going to open breakout rooms. Don't go to a breakout room unless I specifically invite you to a breakout room. So Roland, who is your client?
Juan DeHoyos Garcia.
Okay, is he in custody or on bond?
He's in custody, Your Honor.
All right, just as soon as we have him zoom in, we will take that matter up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, Cornelius Cox on Cedric Johnson. My understanding you're still requesting a jury trial?
That's correct, Judge.
Let me see when we have a date available.
Test it right now. Can you hear me?
Judge, on that one, if July 7th is still open, that'd be a good one.
Okay, let me look at the schedule. I'm pulling it up. Yes, July 7th is open.
July 7th, Judge?
Yes, so we will call you back for July 7th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and Mr. Johnson, you'll need to be in the courtroom.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Johnson, you're excused.
Thank
Okay,
you.
have a good day.
All right, thank you, you too. All right, then we have Makisha Cyphers. I know you're in the courtroom with your attorney. Let me look at our schedule.
Your Honor, right now I have trials scheduled on the 9th of June and the 21st of June.
All right, let me just see. State on Makisha Cyphers.
No, you just press the mic. The red button and where you see, just press right there and step back. You can see yourself in the corner. There you go.
That's Hunter for the state judge.
All right, on Makisha Cyphers, that's a theft case. And I'm sorry, John Young, when did you say that you were unavailable?
I was supposed to go for a trial in a misdemeanor court on the 9th of June and in a felony court on a murder case on the 21st of June.
Okay. State, who's going to be trying this?
That would be Hunter and probably Meredith.
All right, State, are you able to do this on July? Let me see. July 7th, is that possible, State?
I don't see any conflict on the 7th, Judge.
All right, Ms. Cyphers, we're going to bring you back for jury trial on July 7th. And we'll give you a reset form. You'll need to be in the courtroom on that day.
Yes.
Michael Hernandez. Ron Zimmerman.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, what is happening with your case? Are we going to jury trial?
It looks like it.
All right, Michael.
Unless the state makes a,
Oh, no, the court will only accept pleas that are open to the court unless there's something else is there something else that's happening here that I'm unaware of?
no, Judge.
All right, Michael Hernandez, where are you?
Judge, I talked to him about 40 minutes ago, and he said, and gave him the median ID number, and I don't see him on logged in, but he said he was going to be doing it. But
All right, I'll give him till 3:30.
till 3:30. Okay.
Yes. All right, Patrick Samaniego,
Present, Your Honor.
Ray Martinez.
I'm here, Judge.
This is going towards jury trial?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. So it's an unauthorized use of a vehicle, possession less than a gram, and theft 2,500 to 30,000. Who's going to be trying this for the state?
Hunter or Meredith, Judge.
All right.
And and I've received new information that the July the 6th and 7th are not available dates for Meredith, Judge.
Okay.
Sorry, Your Honor, I scheduled it around the 2/27th before I knew where I was going to be.
Oh, no problem. Is July 22nd okay for you, Ray?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we're going to put you down. State, are you okay with July 22nd?
Looks clear for me, Judge.
Yes.
Okay, so that'll be scheduled for July 22nd. Mr. Samaniego, you'll need to be back on July 22nd. And you'll need to be dressed for trial.
May we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Joseph Appelt on Jeremy Tapia.
Yes, Your Honor. If I could have a few moments, I know my client's in the courtroom, and
Yes.
I conferred with him at length after the announcements this morning. And I'm not sure if he is still dead set on having a jury trial, and I have not had an opportunity to call him and speak with him since that. If I have an opportunity to have him, give him a call on the phone or get him
Yes.
to the breakout room, but he'll be in the courtroom there, but that's fine then.
All right, Jeremy Tapia, are you in the courtroom? Yes, courtroom. If you could go to breakout room number 2, please, with Mr. Tapia.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Ed Bartholomew, Michael Griffin. Okay. And Norma, on Roland Garcia's case, can you see if we can get the
We're working
inmate
on
here?
that right now, Judge.
All right, thank you. Jesse Rivera on
Hi,
Adrian
Judge.
De Leon. Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We have our plea paperwork. Everything should be signed and already there. I know I signed mine before the lunch hour.
All right. Mr. De Leon, have you signed paperwork?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1, Mr. De Leon, with your attorney. Clerks, if you could go to breakout room number 1, please, to see if they have all their paperwork.
Yes, Judge.
All right, Joseph Appelt, you're back.
I am, Your Honor. Mr. Tapia is, well, there's a certain issue that he would like the court to hear, and he will, based on that, he's willing to waive a jury, move forward on, in essence, not a jury trial, motion to suppress will be a part of that if the court, if the state is willing to waive their jury as well.
But is
he's
he
willing-
requesting a bench trial?
In essence, what he would like is a dispositive motion to suppress, but that doesn't happen. It's going to be carried along with the bench trial then, Judge.
So what I'll do is I'll put you in the breakout room with the state.
I can talk to him.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know I spoke with Tom yesterday, but nevertheless, either ADA, CTD is who it would be.
All right, thank you. Joseph, if you go back to breakout room number 2.
Very well.
Mr. Tapia to the right.
All right, and Ron Zimmerman, we're just waiting on your client.
Yes, Judge. I just spoke to him just a few minutes ago after speaking with you. And he told me that he was in the waiting room.
I can assure you, there is no one in the waiting room.
Okay. So it's not like a doctor's office then. Okay.
No, I can see if he's in the waiting room.
Judge, can you make me a co-host so I can
Oh,
go
yes,
into the
I'm
breakout room?
sorry about that.
It's okay, thank you.
There you go. All right, Fernando?
Yes, Judge.
Yes. Who are you here on?
Alberto Trevino, he's listed under the name of Brynwood. That's him right there, Judge.
All right.
There he is.
So this is a burglary of a habitation with intent to commit assault. Who will be trying this from the state? It's 7:01.
That would be probably me and Joe Ray.
Okay. Yes. Have you all had a chance to look at the trial schedule?
Yeah, I'm trying to find his.
Excuse me, 14P, are you a Gary? Could you unmute for me, please? What's your name?
Juan Doyles.
Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you in a breakout room and they will swear you in, okay?
Okay.
Have you received all the paperwork and signed it?
What paperwork, man?
No, ma'am.
Let me do this. I'm going to send you, Mr. Gary, to breakout room number 3 with your attorney, Roland Garcia. Roland, if you could go to number 3, please.
Your Honor, the last person that was on the screen, his last name was a Gary, it seemed like.
Oh, no, his name is DeLeon.
Okay.
He said that he's Adrian DeLeon.
Okay. But my client is named
39.
Javier
It's the Hoyos, Judge.
De Hoyos.
Okay, are you De Hoyos?
875214.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is
Okay.
your client. It's
Okay.
Mr. De Hoyos. Let me just rename him. So he'll meet you in number 3.
Okay, Judge, and very quickly, we're just missing application for probation and a waiver of appeal.
Okay, the court coordinator will get that to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Judge, what's the case number on this one?
It is 2021 CR 0149.
Let's see. Okay, and what days were you looking at? Any of them?
Yes, and then we'll see if Mr. Cortez is available.
August 6th?
All right, Fernando, is August 6th a good day for you or no?
That's fine, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, Fernando, you know, the series that I watched last night was Mamma Mia, and they kept playing the song Fernando. So that song is in my head right now.
I'm glad my name is there, Judge. I'm glad my name is there.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna set your client then for August 6th for a jury trial. He'll need to be in the courtroom and dressed for trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that'll be at 9 a.m.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, and who are the parties on Adrian DeLeon?
Adrian De Leon, better judge on behalf of Adrian De Leon.
Okay. And everyone be patient with us. We have not had lunch. We've been in jury selection. So I know my mom is worried about that, but Mom, we're going to take our lunch break. I'm just waiting for them to bring lunch. So we will have that. My mom is always worried about everyone.
You have to take snacks with you to work, Judge.
Yeah. Mr. DeLeon, could you unmute yourself and show your video, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. No, but Jesse, my mom is not really concerned about me. She's like, give Brenna a lunch, Stephanie. I'm like, I'm working on it, Mom. So who's the prosecutor?
Sure, right, Judge.
Okay. All right, the court is going to call 2021 CR 1416, State of Texas versus Adrian DeLeon. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Joe Ray Garcia.
for the defense?
Jesse Rivera, Judge.
All right. And are you Mr. DeLeon?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. DeLeon, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. DeLeon, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor. We're proceeding on the lesser assault bodily injury, Class A misdemeanor, which is the first paragraph on count 1, waiving the second paragraph.
Any objections?
There are no objections, Your Honor.
Mr. DeLeon, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with by indictment is continuous violence against family? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury? Is this assault bodily injury family?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a family member.
Assault bodily injury family. That is a Class A misdemeanor. The range of punishment for that offense is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you and your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do so believe.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. DeLeon, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury family as a Class A misdemeanor. They're requesting a $1,000 fine, recommending deferred adjudication, no contact with Jasmine, Jazmin Rodriguez. No harmful or injurious contact with Heather Morgan. And there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Your Honor, I did have a question about the no contact order. I believe they have 3 children, and so there has to be some kind of contact to exchange visitation with the children.
They'll have
I
to
was
do
under the
that.
impression it was,
They will have to do that through a third party.
I think they've done that.
Grandmother.
Yeah, I think they've done that, but I was under the impression it was no harmful or injurious contact instead of 0 contact. Because if she has to call him, if he goes to the hospital or something, she has to have
I mean, of
some.
course, Mr. Rivera, the court is very reasonable upon reasonable issues. Of course,
ma'am.
if there is some sort of emergency where he needs to be at the hospital because the child is at the hospital, I don't believe, I could be wrong. I don't like to make assumptions, but I don't believe that probation would file a motion to revoke. And what I can tell you in the 187 District Court, every motion to revoke I receive, I read it there thoroughly. And if there's a question before I sign it, I'll ask before I sign it. So it's just not a rubber stamp.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right. What I can also tell you, if at some point Ms. Rodriguez wants to change this and wants to have contact, I always like to hear from the complainants. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Mr. Rivera, did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years, and there be 80 hours of community service restitution, the BIPP course, and parenting classes. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense of assault, bodily injury, family as a Class A misdemeanor, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
State offer State Exhibit 1 and all its attachments.
Any
We have-
objections?
We have carefully reviewed the same, Your Honor, and we do not have objections.
Mr. DeLeon, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically cite it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
The court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we would respectfully ask the court to follow the plea bargain agreement. I'm sure that he will be a model probationer. He understands the gravity of the situation. He just wants to get back to work, Your Honor, and continue to take care of his 3 children that he has with Miss Ruppert in the form of child support payments and so on. He's a barber.
Mr. DeLeon,
Yes, ma'am.
what are your issues? Why can't you speak to someone without getting violent? What's going on?
I mean, I could talk to people. It's just
Well, I
all the,
talk to people too, but I don't hit anyone.
you know, exactly. It's just the problems that me and her had together, and then escalated ugly and very quickly.
Well, I'm realizing that the state is only going on one count so that this is not a continuous, but this seems to be something that has been continuous between you two. A lot of people have issues in their relationships, disagreements, escalations, but the escalation doesn't become violent. So again, why are your escalations becoming violent?
It's gonna be an anger issue, and I learned to control that because
So what are you angry at?
I don't know. I have a short temper, ma'am.
Yeah, but what is your fuse? I'm trying to understand, because what I have here, she's the mother of your children, correct?
Yes.
And how old are your children?
3, 6, and 9.
And boys, girls?
2 boys, 1 girl.
All right, how old is the girl?
She's 3.
All right, so what do you think she is seeing and understanding about how men should treat the women they claim to love based upon your actions?
Yeah, I mean, she's seen a lot, and I feel horrible for it.
Well, I mean, don't discount it, because you're sort of discounting it. You're like, yeah, she's seen a lot. That's not my question. My question is, what do you think? Because children will imitate what they see. That's how children learn to talk.
Mm-hmm.
If there's profanity in the house, guess what the child's first word is going to be? Profanity.
Yes, ma'am.
If there's abuse in the house, guess what a child's going to think their way to solve problems is? Yes? Your
Yeah,
answer?
the same thing. Yeah, same way with abuse.
So that's what's been happening in your household. And so your daughter is going to think that it's okay for someone who say they love her to treat her that way, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because that's the way you're treating their mom. Your sons are going to think that's the way to treat the person that they love, because that's the way their father treats their mom. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
27.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm going to do the no contact order, because you shouldn't be having contact with her, because right now you're not in any position to control your fuse. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And then who is Heather Morgan? And why is it just a no harmful or injurious contact? What is your relationship to Heather?
That was my ex-girlfriend.
All right, so and Heather and Jasmine Rodriguez, the mother of your children. Does Heather have any children with you?
No, ma'am.
All right, so it seems to me that you have a problem in relationships.
Yes, ma'am.
So you and Heather don't have any children together?
No, ma'am.
Are you still living? Do you live together?
No, I live with a friend.
All right, do you want to have a relationship with Heather? Does she want to have a relationship with you?
No, at this point, I am single and staying like that.
All right. You know, I watched this movie, and it was a movie with Sandra Bullock, and Jordan Brown isn't here, so he would be able to name that movie. But
Sleeping with the Enemy.
no, not Sleeping with the Enemy. That's Julia Roberts. But no,
Oh,
he
okay.
was in this movie, and it was about being sober. And they told her that she couldn't be in a relationship until she had a plant that survived for a year. So you probably should not be in any other relationship until you get a plant and it survives for a year. And you know what plant I'm going to suggest you get?
What is that?
An orchid. Let's see if you can have an orchid survive for a year. Because with orchids, you have to be very delicate with them. They can't get too much sunlight. They can't get too much water. You can't move them around a lot, because otherwise they will end up not making it. I can't order you to do it, but get an orchid, because you have to nurture it, pay attention to it, be kind to it. And if you're able to get an orchid to survive for a year without getting frustrated, I have orchids here in the office that people give me. And let me just tell you, I have to constantly figure out what's the best light for it. So get an orchid. If you complete that, if you're able to let that orchid survive for a year, that means that you just may be ready for a relationship, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication, $1,000 fine, that will be probated. No contact with Jasmine Rodriguez or Heather Morgan. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minor children. So no supervising of minors on your employment. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
80 hours of community service restitution. How far did you go in school?
9th grade.
Everybody's dropping out at the 9th grade, Brenna. Why did you drop out?
My kid's mom was pregnant at the time, so I let her finish school, and I went to Barber College.
All right, the person who was pregnant was the mother of your children.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we'll do 80 hours community service restitution, or he can pay $7.25 per hour to the San Antonio Food Bank. The BIPP course, parenting classes. If you're tested today for drugs, what are the results going to be?
For just marijuana, I was a heavy marijuana smoker.
You can't be using drugs while you're on this probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. I'm going to want UAs tested for levels. Once he tests clean, random UAs or either patch. Regular Zoom reporting or in person. So if something happens with your Zoom, you need to be in person. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. In court?
No, to probation.
Oh, okay.
Rebecca, is there anything else he needs?
No, ma'am.
Can I order for him to have an orchid for a year?
No, ma'am.
I think they have that little scanner, so we'll always know if it's the one he purchased. All right, Mr. DeLeon, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And also because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. DeLeon, good luck to you. I won't order you to get an orchid, but I am serious. If you were to get an orchid and it survived for a year, you would truly then be able to have patience and perhaps be in a relationship, but work on yourself first, all right?
Yes, ma'am. That's what I'm doing.
All right, good luck to you. Thank you,
Your Honor,
Jesse. Yes.
Just have one thing, Judge. Judge, he's on electronic monitor GPS. Can we get that removed today?
All right, State.
We're not opposed to that, Judge. The monitor wasn't part of the agreement.
All right. So I'll say the remove GPS. But even though you're off GPS, Mr. DeLeon, you're not to have any contact with Jasmine or Heather. If you do, what's going to end up happening is the court is going to find out about it. And when I find out about it, there's going to be a motion to revoke, and we're going to have issues.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
everything you do from here on out, you need to ask yourself, is this a decision that could possibly result in me going to the Bexar County Jail for a year?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. We'll close the record. Mr. Rivera, you can go to the breakout room with your client or either you're excused. I'm going to send you all to breakout room number 4.
Thank you, Judge. It's always a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for your patience, everyone.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Always.
No, thanks.
Judge,
All right.
do I have the capability of sharing my screen?
Let me see if I can do that. Yes, you should have it now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Joseph Apelt wanted you to join us in breakout room 2 to kind of explain what we discussed.
Thank you. And Ron, I'll be right back. Mr. Tapia, can you come forward, please? Mr. Tapia, your attorney has spoken with me in the breakout room with the state's attorney, and they're requesting that you have your motion to suppress prior to trial, and the court is okay with proceeding with that. My understanding is that you just want the motion heard, and then after that, you are not requesting a jury trial. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to hear your motion. We're going to hear your motion on June 10th at 2 p.m. Okay?
Okay.
And so I'll need you to be present at 2 p.m. Your attorney informed me that you do not Zoom. Is that correct?
I haven't been offered to Zoom, no, man, but I can. If needed, I could get set up, but I could be here also.
Well, no. Here's the thing. Thursday, I said it on Thursday because it's one of the court in-person days. So you can either be in the courtroom or either you can be by Zoom.
I could be here.
Okay. All right. Then we will see you on June 10th. Please do not leave the courtroom before we give you your reset form. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Thank
Mr.
you.
Tapia, I will call you. If not later on today, I'll call you first part of next week, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you, sir.
Judge, may I be excused then?
Yes. Thank you for your patience, everyone.
Thank you, Judge, for your cooperation and consideration.
All
Have a
right.
good
You're
weekend.
welcome. All right. You too.
Judge, I'm sorry, what time?
2 p.m.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right. And my understanding is Mr. Hernandez is present now. He was on Zoom.
He was on Zoom. I don't see him now, Judge.
All right. Can you call your client and see if he can make an appearance back here, Mr. Zimmerman?
Yes, Judge, I will call him and make a in-person appearance or at least get back on Zoom forthwith. If that's acceptable to the court.
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. I'll be back with you in a moment, Judge.
Sienna Ray, could you unmute, please, and show your video?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Have you had contact with your attorney?
Yes, just the day before yesterday, he told me to ask for a new lawyer basically because he's been sick.
Okay, are you requesting another attorney?
Well, basically kind of, yeah, because he's like, he's really hasn't done anything. He hasn't contacted me.
No, here's the thing. I don't allow anyone to disparage anyone unless that person is here. Do you understand?
Right.
And next time you're on Zoom, don't go lifting your top. No one wants to see all of that, okay? And when I say all of that, I don't mean that in a bad way or to body shame anyone, but this is a courtroom. No one wants to see anyone half dressed. Okay?
Okay.
Norma, Ms. Ray is gonna need an attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
We're gonna get you another attorney, Ms. Ray. Just remain on the Zoom screen until it happens.
Alrighty.
All right, the court is going to take its break and we will be back in 20 minutes. Ms. Ray,
Yes, ma'am.
we have a new attorney for you that has been appointed by the system. I'm going to put his name in the chat box for you with his contact number.
Alrighty.
Are you able to see that?
Let me see. Chat box. I went to the chat box, but I don't see anything in there.
Oh, I'm sending it just now. Give me one moment, okay?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
You see it now?
Let's see. Yes.
All right, and so your next court date is going to be July 15th. He already is aware of that. He can't zoom in at the moment. So that's going to be your new attorney. Just make sure you get in touch with him.
Okay, I will.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Mr. Hernandez? Michael Hernandez? You need to unmute yourself and you need to take the cap off. You're on mute.
Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
All right. Let me see. You're still requesting a jury trial, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Norma Ferguson, can you see what date we can put Mr. Michael Hernandez on for jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Zimmerman, do you anticipate this will be a long trial?
No, Judge, I anticipate probably 2 to 3 days, including jury selection.
Give me just 1 second.
All right, thank you.
I can do July 7th, Judge.
All right, we're going to put you down for July 7th. Mr. Hernandez, you'll need to be in the courtroom. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, so we'll see you here on July 7th, 300 De La Rosa at 9 a.m. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I will not be late.
What did he say, Mr. Zimmerman?
I think he said he would not be late, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hernandez.
I apologize. Thank you for your patience, and I promise I won't be late. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes, ma'am. You have a great day.
You too.
Back to work. Back to work.
Are we witnessing something, Brenda, that we may not want to be witnesses to?
All right. Woo. Got it done, man. Woo. Done.
Oh.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on there, but we may not want to be a witness. All right, so Mr. Zimmerman,
Yes, Judge.
your client got done whatever he needed doing. It appears that he was sweating, half tan, so I don't know, maybe they're doing some sort of lawn work or some outdoor work.
I thought he was in a tornado.
Yeah, there we go.
I believe he does do landscaping work, Judge.
Well, he got it done. And if he would have had his camera pointed a certain way, maybe we could see his work. I don't know. So, Ron, we're going to come back on July 7th at 9 a.m. for jury trial. Do you have all your discovery and everything?
I believe so. Well, actually, I do have a little bit of discovery. I don't have that right here in front of me, Judge. I can contact, I believe Hunter is the person that is riding herd on this case, I believe.
Okay.
So I can contact him. There is some question, there's some redactions on videos, that type of thing, Judge.
All right. Well, if you all will get communicate with each other on what you agree on with regards to redactions. If you can't make an agreement on that, just let me know and I'll make the decision.
Okay, Judge. And one further thing, since Mr. Hernandez is involved in landscaping, which is a horticultural type of deal, what type of flower would you prefer?
What? I can't accept flowers.
Well, magnolias are out. I know that. And orchids are out. I know that.
Orchids are great if you're trying to work on yourself.
Yes, well.
I love, let me just tell you, during Snowmageddon, all of my gardenias died. And I had those gardenias for like 15 years. And for some reason here in San Antonio, hydrangeas are so very difficult to grow. And I don't care, I'm in all these different garden groups. They're like, oh, you need the hardy ones. I've tried every species of hydrangea and it is still too hot and the leaves burn.
Well, I have St. Augustine grass, and that's about it as far as my lawn maintenance and lawn activities are
I'm
concerned.
having problems with the grubs in my St. Augustine grass.
Oh, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. And what I really want, I'm from up north, and what I would really love to have, but it's almost impossible down here, is some bluegrass.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
yeah. Nothing
Well,
quite.
in my backyard, I had 2 global willows. They did not survive. I didn't realize there was a time frame on global willows. I had those for about 13 years. And my neighbors loved them because they said it gave their yard a lot of shade. But global willows are basically upside down weeping willows.
Really?
So instead of how weeping willows are weeping,
Yeah.
instead of that, the global is up, but it's the same type of leaves. But the thing about that, you know what loves global willows? Wasps.
Oh, that made your back lawn really an inviting place to be.
But you know what? They mind their own business. They didn't bother anyone. They just did their thing. But I had to cut them down because I had bugs to drill into the trees. I think they were called weevils or something.
Yeah.
And it killed my trees.
Oh boy.
So
Well,
now I'm starting with 2 magnolias.
well, there
So
you go.
we shall see. Crepe myrtle, I tell you what, crepe myrtles and rose of Sharon do great here.
My mother was a big gardener, huge, and we had a huge backyard. We lived out in the country. But one story I got to tell you real quick is my little sister, when she was now a partner with a major law firm out of Boston, she used to call willow trees hairy trees. Because they just look like a bunch of hair coming down.
Yeah.
Ron, I don't know. Do you want to go into a breakout room so I just know what your issues are and so I can let Hunter know in advance of the trial with discovery? Do you have time? I mean, since I'm here.
Sure he does. I'll send you guys to breakout room number 2.
Might as well do that now instead of on July 6th.
Yeah.
Much better now than July 6th or the morning of.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see you in room 2.
All right. Have a good weekend. Mr.
Right.
DeLeon, could you unmute? Did you sign all your paperwork?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you sign it and send it through? Because I don't have any of your paperwork. Can you do me a favor? Can you go back to breakout room number 3? Do you see how you can go back there?
I don't see it.
All right. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to move you to breakout room number 4.
Okay.
Do you see that?
No, ma'am.
It should have popped up on your screen.
Nothing's popped up.
All right. Just give me a second. Norma, could you have a deputy help Mr. DeLeon, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. 14B.
They're on their way.
14P.
All right. Thank you. And then David Martin and Joe Ray. Kimberly Bush.
What's your last name? De Hoyos.
Kimberly Bush has zoomed in here for a motion for a bond on a case. We'll find out what case that is.
Is it De Hoyos?
Yes, that's his name, but
I
they
spelled it
have
wrong.
listed as a Geary. So if you could go to breakout room number 4, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
1, right?
Yes, sir.
He's going to 4.
They said I'm going to 4.
Huh?
To 4.
What, breakout room 4? Okay. No problem.
Oh, but ask him, Mr. Gary, if you sign your paperwork.
They asked me if I signed my paperwork.
Are they asking?
Yeah.
Let me see. That one, let me double check. First one, sign. No, let's see.
All right, and then Ms. Bush, who is your client?
My client is Joel James Villanueva. Okay, good. I'm not muted. Sorry, I'm multitasking badly.
And state, I realize this is off docket. Ms. Bush is requesting a bond on a motion to revoke.
I have a case number.
27 CR
20 what?
2017 CR 2224. And I can tell you what little I know about the case.
All right, well, let me let you all discuss that, perhaps in a breakout room, if you're going to tell them information about the case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. I'll send you to breakout room number 5, Kimberly.
Thank you.
So excited. I just got my Zoom info for my jury duty on Monday.
Oh, wow. Hey, look at you.
I know. Got this MTR. Oh, wow. Can't wait to hear this one.
Hey, life's a dream. Brenda, do you see a Carlos Martinez on the docket? Carlos Javier Martinez?
No, I don't.
All right. And do you see Willie Jackson?
Yes, that one is on the second page of the trial lineup.
Okay. All right, I need to figure out what happened to Michael White and where his client is. And do you see Michael Griffin?
Yes, that one's on the first page of the lineup.
All right, we need Ed Bartlett back. And then Robert Garcia.
That's coming back Monday.
Ah, thank you. All right, guys, you're back.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
David, do you want to go first or should I?
Let me look something else up. You said you were hired. Were you appointed or hired?
I'm hired. I have just prepped and scanned the notice of appearance. I'm about to e-file it. I told the family I would try and get a bond set Friday afternoon. Given that it's 3:47, I figured I'd, try and catch up with Judge Boyd. I didn't realize that she was working this hard this late in the afternoon.
Oh, we're here. Well, thank you. We're here. We're here all the way. I will tell you, we're here till 5.
I know, but you're usually not in open session that I've seen, although I haven't been.
What? Brenda, we're always in open session.
All right. I'm just gonna hush now and try not to say anything else that.
Brenda, are we not here every day?
I believe you. I just didn't
Every day.
live at 3:48 on a Friday afternoon.
Brenda, are we always here till 5 on Friday?
Usually.
Because of idiots like me saying I'm not on Friday.
No, I'm usually here.
I
Taxpayers are paying me to be here, so I'm here.
Yeah, and they pay your benefits, and there's a decent pension if you can make it long enough.
Well, I mean, we say pensions are decent, but it's like Brenda, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
True, but given that my self-employed single mother retirement plan is don't die and don't become disabled, yours is decent.
Well, Kimberly, I've been there.
I know. And I'm not whining. I mean, we choose the paths we're on, and my rugged individualism has come at the price of certain creature comforts. So.
All right, Mr. De Hoyos, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. They are going to swear you in.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right, you're welcome. Ed Bartholomew.
Yes.
Hi, you are here on Michael Griffin.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma, on Mr. Griffin, we need a trial setting date on that.
I'll be gone the month of July, Judge.
Where are you going?
Well, I'm going to travel around, go up to Wisconsin, enjoy some of that good, cool weather, family reunion. Be nice.
Yeah. Well, Ed, if you go to Wisconsin and it ends up being like unseasonably hot, like maybe 90 degrees or 100 degrees, I guess we should let them know that's your fault.
Well, yeah, it's true, but Judge, we won't even see summer till probably the 1st of July.
Yeah, but the weather has been doing some strange things.
I know. The nice thing about it is, though, the grass is real. It's not that stiff stuff we have here. It's kind of silky.
Hey, my St. Augustine is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Norma, can I get a jury trial date for Michael Griffin, please? Defense says that they are not available in July.
You want to do it on the 21st? I don't know if the state is able to.
21st of August?
June.
Oh, June. Enero.
Yes.
Well, let me look at my calendar real quick. It's not a long trial, Judge. It's just
Oh, well, let's do June 21st. Well,
let me look. Let me look, Judge. Let me look. I wouldn't want you to
Or I can do.
take me away from another court, Judge.
oh, well, sometime, 187th is a great court to be in.
I know that. Are you still in trial, Judge?
Yes, we selected a jury today.
What's your
And we
thinking on
just
jury
had a
selection?
short lunch break for like 30 minutes.
What's your thinking on jury select for dire, Judge? Time-wise.
Oh, I usually ask both sides how much time do they need for voir dire. In the 187th, we usually spend a day to select the jury. And then the next day, if it's a business day, that's when testimony will start.
All right. Well, Judge, I have a plea that morning in Atascosa.
I'm sure you can do that by Zoom. That's a good thing about Zoom.
No, we're live there now.
Yeah. they're making me show up Monday morning for a jury trial I've just barely averted.
They had 100 and some people there a week ago, Your Honor, plus all the defendants.
And which court is this?
Atascosa County.
No, I mean, what court are you in?
There's only one there, Judge. They split between Wilson and Atascosa. It's Williamson.
Oh, there's
Is-
only one? What are you hearing?
What am I hearing?
Yes,
Mine will be a plea.
On what type of case?
Burglary, where he got shot in the ankle jumping the fence. So he's linked to the crime. It's an affirmative link, Judge. And by the way, according to the new Supreme Court case, he might have been in custody when they shot at him. Have you read that case, Judge?
We're live on YouTube, Ed.
Well, it's the truth, though. It's
Well,
not,
I mean, yeah, truth is always a defense, but sometimes people don't want their truth told publicly.
well, they don't know who he is, Judge, so it doesn't make any difference.
Judge, I
I
sent you
think it
another.
would-
I
I
sent
think
you
it
a-
would be easy. I think it would be easy to connect them. All right, August 6th or either June 21st.
I like August the 6th, Judge.
Okay,
And I anticipate 2 days, Judge, probably at the most.
all right, is that 2 days at the most?
That's my guesstimate, Your Honor. I think it's 2 police officers and some witness, and that'll be it.
All right, is that your client in the courtroom, Mr. Michael Griffin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Griffin,
Yes, ma'am.
you're going to be back in court on August 6th at 9 a.m. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And at that time, we will have your jury trial. Your plea deadline date has expired. If you decide to enter a plea bargain agreement, the court will only accept pleas that are open to the court. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, just have a seat for us and we'll get your reset form, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'll be in
Thank you.
touch. Thank you very much, Judge.
All right, enjoy the weather. Are you driving or flying?
Oh, we'll drive.
Oh, wow. Well, enjoy the scenery.
Yes, ma'am. Kimberly, always a pleasure to see you.
Likewise, Ed.
I
Enjoy.
know- Fighting the good fight, as you always do.
I appreciate your sense of well-developed irony, but will accept it at face value.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Lupe, do we have all the paperwork on it, Gary?
Go ahead.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. All right, so what case are we on, Ms. Bush, and what is happening with this?
Mr. Martin and I have failed to come to an agreement regarding the bond. He believes that Mr. Villanueva should remain remanded. It's 2017 CR 2224. Joel James Villanueva.
All right, just 1 second. To the clerks, could you bring me the file that Ms. Bush is here on? Robert, please. Just 1 second.
And the short of it, Judge, is he never showed up to probation.
Oh,
In July 2018, he was supposed to report. He never showed up.
so we've never seen him.
Not since he signed his probation conditions and then got arrested.
Okay.
I understand that, yeah. I did a case a couple of years ago for this young man's mother with another family member. I have a very good relationship with the mother. The young man will be with her, and she is promising to exercise every effort she can. The family is well aware that he is looking at 5 years if he doesn't pull off some kind of miraculous transformation. I agree, it's a lot to ask. I also think that there's no reason why we shouldn't extend him this benefit of the doubt just to see if he in fact can comply when he has somebody helping him to do it. The one thing I would say is, in his defense, he did not pick up any new violations during that time, except for the day when he was arrested, when he picked up a failure to identify. This is an assault, family violence, second offense case.
All right, give me the cause number again so I can go grab the file.
Sure, 2017 CR 2224.
All right, just give me a moment.
Certainly. Are you at home or in, David? Or in the office?
Do what?
You at home or in the office?
No, I'm at home.
Okay. Ms. Bush, where has your client been? Because he's never reported. Nobody knows where he's been.
I don't know. I have yet to speak with him. I've spoken with Mom. I've spoken with his brother, whom I helped a couple of years back and who is now off of both prison and parole. And they both say that the brother was scared, didn't know what to do, and felt like he had no choice. I'm not saying that is an adequate excuse, and I'm aware that that's hearsay.
Okay, I'll tell you what I can do.
He was also on zero tolerance, Judge.
What I can do is our docket moves fairly quickly here as far as what we set on the docket. So if you want, we can have him set on the docket for next week. Because I'm concerned, and what I'm concerned about, and mind you, I don't take any of this to be true, what's in the motion. But the allegations are that he's on probation for assault family second since 2018, which was before my time. And nobody's ever seen him. And this motion to revoke was signed September 2018. And then the state supplemented the motion May 14th, 2021. So nobody's ever seen him. And then I do have on the state's motion to supplement, they have a new number one, the failure to identify.
Okay.
So we can put it on the docket for next week. Because when somebody's been gone, I like to have eye contact with them. And the only thing I know so far about Mr. Villanueva is what he's charged with, and that allegedly he's never reported and picked up a new offense. So that's all I have. But if you want, we can get him on the docket for next week. And next week we can hear your motion for a bond if you want to file that, or we can hear the motion to revoke.
I'll file the motion for a bond, Your Honor.
Okay.
Would you be able to hear it Tuesday morning?
That's something you have to speak with the court coordinator about, because she's in charge of the schedule. And as you know, we're in jury trial.
Yeah, I apologize.
Yeah.
Well, again, all right, I'll visit with your coordinator.
All right. Norma, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with Ms. Bush, to breakout room number 4.
I'll be there in just a few minutes.
Thank you.
Lest we forget the main issue that she to file notice of appearance. And she's asking for a bond.
Hey. It's Friday.
Because there's an order of appointment from the 24th. So, but I don't know I can't look up that bar number. I don't think it's a valid bar number, whoever put it. And the appointment's not scanned in, so he's already got an appointed attorney.
Let's just see what happened. Roland Garcia. Can you unmute for me, please? And Mr. De Hoyos, can you unmute for me, please?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
And Joe Ray wants his 3 days.
Okay. All right. Court is calling 2021 CR 2277, State of Texas versus Juan Javier De Hoyos Garcia. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
David Martin.
For the defense?
Roland Garcia.
And are you Mr. De Hoyos?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state or the defense?
Objection.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. De Hoyos, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, Mr. De Hoyos, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case? And did you review that discovery with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Let me see, there's some noise coming from somewhere. Oh, that's at the jail. Mr. De Hoyos, I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, sir.
Mr. De Hoyos, I'm show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand what you're charged with is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and give up those? I'm sorry, did you intend to enter a plea bargain agreement and give up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Brenda, it's been a long day for us, hasn't it? Did you understand it? The court, I'll give you a break, Brenda.
I'm ready.
All right, and I'm going to slow it down. Okay. Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. De Hoyos Garcia, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 5 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. The state will remain silent on your application for deferred adjudication. This will run concurrent with County Court Cause number 617437. The state will take in consideration the following cause numbers: 2021 CR 4747, 2020 CR 0676, County Court cause numbers 658006, 658007, 617436, restitution for drug testing to the San Antonio Police Department, and cause numbers 2021 CR 0676 and 2021 CR 4747. And correction, that cause number is 2020 CR 0676. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, anger management, TAP evaluation, 100 hours to an approved family violence center, no firearm possession, and you're to forfeit all firearms seized. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? Only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that you have no contact with Casey Day. That's Kasey, last name Day. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense is charged in the indictment. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's guilty plea?
Offer states one with the attachment.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Garcia, I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Norma, on Mr. De Hoyos, we need to set for a PSI.
Yes, ma'am. would be July 7th, Judge. 22. Yes.
All right, we'll be back on July 7th, Mr. De Hoyos. At that time, the court will make a decision on your application based upon a PSI report I received and any other evidence that's presented to me. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, does your client need a TAP evaluation? Are there drug issues?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is there any mental health issues?
No, Your Honor. Not that I'm aware of.
All right, so we'll order a TAP evaluation. I'm going to send you to a breakout room, Mr. De Hoyos, with probation. They'll go over what you need to do in order for the court to receive a report. Mr. Garcia, you can go to the breakout room with your client, or you can be excused.
I'd like to be excused, Judge, but right before I leave your company, I'd like for you to take a look when you get a chance and file some motions to withdraw on that bond forfeiture that you issued on Mr. Servin.
All right, if you want to, if I tell you what, Mr. Garcia, you will talk with Ms. Ferguson, and we will put you on the docket for Monday and take care of that.
Okay, well, Rosie, put me on the docket for Monday for Servin on the motion to withdraw on this Monday.
And Mr. De Hoyos, can you go to breakout room number 2, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and Norma, can you make sure that Mr. Garcia has a link to come into our Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then Ron Zimmerman, you're back.
Thank you,
Yes,
Ron.
Judge, I don't think you actually excused me, so that I'm just,
Oh, I appreciate that, but you're excused, Mr. Zimmerman. Thanks for coming back. Bye,
right.
Mr. Garcia. Have a
Thank you.
great weekend. Thank you, Mr. Zimmerman.
thank you, Judge.
All right.
Your
Yes.
Honor, if I may, I just wanted to be excused as well and wish you a good weekend.
Oh, thank you. You have a great weekend.
You too. Bye, Mr. Martin.
See ya. All right, and then Michael White, we're here for Mr. Let's see, Willie Jackson. Do you know where your client is?
No, I was once told that there would be a hearing for today, and then I checked on it and they said no. And so
Oh, who are the people who said no?
I have to go look that up.
Yeah, because I distinctly told everyone that they were to be in court at 9 a.m. And so people showed up at 9 a.m. and a case went to jury trial in the basement. And I told everyone to be back at 2 if you were not called before then. And again, my mind is a steel trap. I told everyone you would probably receive a call by 11:30. If you did not, then make sure you Zoom back in at 2 p.m. You will not have to be in the courtroom, and it will be the same link. So do you know where Mr. Jackson is?
Well, I told him there was no hearing today, so.
All right, so if you could call Mr. Jackson and have him Zoom in, that would be greatly appreciated.
All right.
All right, thank you, Mr. White. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. And then, so we just have Mr. White left, and Brenna, do you see where Carlos Javier Martinez is on the docket?
Judge, I sent you a chat.
No, I don't see that one. Ah, thank you, Norma. It's being recalled for Monday. All right, I'm going to stop live stream. I hope everyone has a great weekend.